What's going on, everybody? Afflicted Gamer here, and welcome back to another Division video. It's Friday, it's time for the weekly vendor reset, which means I will go from place to place, easy checkpoint to checkpoint, to find out what the best items are for sale this week in the Division, to save you guys the time and the trouble. So, if the video is helpful in any way, shape, or form, please do drop it a like, it's much appreciated, and if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing for more Division content. So always remember to double check the blueprints vendor here in the terminal and the one at Camp Clinton, because if you do own one blueprint, it goes across all characters. And there is actually a weapon that I don't own. Wow. So we have a classic RPK 74 blueprint, electronics mask, and that is it that I can see. But there might be something else here that might be useful to one of you out there. Over at our exotics for the week, the Historian. I say this every week, but for anybody new that comes across the video, if the talents are good, I will point out the weapon or piece of gear despite having a low score. Pretty much everything has to be optimized nowadays in the Division. Div Tech is really not that hard to come by if you do your daily and weekly assignments, and especially if you have multiple characters. So optimize it and you're good to go. The Historian has 147% headshot damage, which is a bit low, so again, optimize. Meticulous, reroll that for something else, and you've got Destructive and History Repeats, making this a good PvE Historian. The Pecan, 20% damage to targets out of cover with Destructive, Skilled, and Pecan. Reroll Skilled for something else, and again, you have yourself a good PvE Pecan. Other than that, over here, there wasn't a whole lot. The SVD is not too bad, with 161% headshot damage with Destructive, Balanced, and Disciplined. I would get rid of Balanced for something else if you really want an SVD, and you're good to go. As we scroll down to the mods, there is a Firearms Mod with Skill Haste on it, so I know a lot of people prefer electronics mods with Skill Haste, but if you do want one with Firearms for any reason, 262, not too bad, and 3% Skill Haste. So pick that up if you do need it. Your next stop will be over at the Firewall Safe House. He has one item for sale here, which is a prototype stamina mod with 264 stamina, 1% critical hit chance on it. So for those of you that want to stack up your crit chance, I would pick a few of those up. If you make your way down to the Ward Safe House, she's got one item for sale here, which is a prototype performance mod, 4% ballistic shield damage. So for those of you that are running defense gear sets, classified, non-classified, if you do want some extra damage output, I would pick a few of these up and put them on your build, along with some ballistic shield damage resilience mods. The combo is actually quite nice, so give it a try if you haven't already. Now making our way into the dark zone, that was everything for sale in the light zone. First up, 5th Ave DZ checkpoint is going to be your first stop. He has a prototype performance mod, 2% pulse critical hit damage. So again, for those that like to stack your pulse crit chance and crit damage, I would go ahead and pick this up, as 2% is a max roll. I'm not going to regret nothing, bully. Okay, one stop over at West 31st Street. He has a couple of items for sale here, or she. First up, Black Market SASG 12. Now, I know that the score and stagger are quite low. You will have to optimize it, but it has Destructive, Responsive, and Dominant. Dominant is in the free slot, so you can reroll that for whatever you wish, and that would actually be pretty good in PvE. So if you really want one, I would pick it up and optimize it if you can afford the div tech. Other than that, there is a small grip as well, 18% crit damage, 4.5% optimal range, and 4.5% reload speed, which is always a nice buff. So pick that up if you need a small grip.
That's fine. Someone else will want this.
Someone else will. You guys are mean as hell in here. I hope you guys watching have a sense of humor. Alright, let's keep going. Again, one more stop up, this time at West 34th Street. She's got one item for sale here, a Relentless backpack, which is fantastic for skill builds. 1225 electronics, over 13,000 health, which you can keep or reroll for skill power, and ammo capacity in the miner. Optimize it, and you have yourself a great backpack.
You'll be back.
Still moving up the line, West 42nd Street now. The Dark Zone has quite a few items so far this week. Alright, Prototype Electronics Mod, 266 electronics with 3% skill haste. Alright, at the West 53rd Street DZ checkpoint, for those of you that are still a fan of Savage Gloves, or for those of you that are looking for a pair again because you may have deleted some, we have some here that will need to be optimized, but 1232 firearms, 5% health on kill, which you can reroll for your weapon of choosing, assault rifle damage, SMG damage, whatever your choice is. And we've got crit hit chance and crit hit damage on them. So those are perfect for PvE or PvP. The choice is yours.
Come on.
Moving over to the east side of town at East 34th Street, there is one item for sale here. Prototype Performance Mod, 4% Seeker Mine damage. 4% is a max roll, so if you're using Seeker Mines, I would pick a few of these up and put them on your build. Next up, we are going to East 46th Street, and he has one item for sale here. For those of you that are still a fan of Reckless, 1267 firearms, 4% all resistance, which you can reroll for enemy armor damage, skill haste, whatever your personal preference is, over 16,000 health and ammo capacity in the minor slot. So go ahead and optimize that, and you have yourself a good Reckless chestplate. And stop telling me what to do. You guys are horrible in the Dark Zone and rude as hell. Alright, let's move on. Okay, next up, DZ05 Safe Room. He's got an extended magazine for sale with 118% mag size, 3% crit hit chance, and 5.1% rate of fire. So again, for those of you that want to stack up on your crit chance, I would go ahead and pick a few of these extended mags up, unless you have one with a higher mag size bonus.
Serious inquiries only next time.
Okay. Okay, and for our final stop of the week, we're up at the East 53rd Street DZ checkpoint, and she has one item for sale. Prototype Performance Mod with 7.5% support station duration, so if you're running builds like Reclaimer, this Prototype Performance Mod is perfect. So, pick some up if you need them. Anyways, that is everything we had for sale this week in the division. Honestly, there was quite a few stops, a lot more than I actually anticipated, so that's good. Hopefully there were some items that you guys needed, wanted, and hopefully some blueprints that I already own that you guys needed or wanted as well. But other than that, guys, that is it for me. Drop a like on the video again if it was helpful. Don't forget that you could follow me on Twitter at Afflicted Gamer, and the stream times for me to be live here on YouTube are at the end of the video. So, good luck with the new shield as well, agents, and I will see you soon in the next video or in the next live stream.